up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, but a penny turn red. Can't let that go down in my head, war gaming.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You've tuned into Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane. I'm hanging out with Fox.
Howdy, friends.
And of course, we've got Churchy.
Cheers, guys.
And today, we've taken a bit of a different route. We are looking at our 5 favourite models.
Yeah, we 2 weeks ago did our least favourite models.
Yep.
And we thought we were at the bottom of the content well, but we saw another drop of water there.
Yep. We can a little bit further down.
Put a little long straw in there, one of them extendable swirly straws.
Yep.
We sucked that little bit of top 5 models.
It generated some traction, the old episode, some good and some bad.
Yeah, we got a lot of hate emails, which to us is the key to success. So.
Absolutely. So we thought we'll flip it and reverse it. Missy Elliott, that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as a result, we're doing our top 5 favourite models. And I'm going to start, Shane. I'm going to start with my 5th favourite model of all time. A few prerequisites.
Okay.
These are, because there are so many beautiful print, like 3D STLs of models, we thought it would be best to stick with ones that are actually produced and readily available by a company.
Yep.
Now, I know you could say that...
Things that are made in a mould.
Ideally. Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much our... Now, it can be things that are out of production if when we got in to the hobby they still existed. Yeah. Just in case you have any like that. I don't. Mine are all... You can buy mine.
I think mine are all current.
Excellent. Good. Yeah. Well, so number 5 is the... It's behind me. It is the Grey Knight's Apothecary.
Yes. You've always referred these as cute.
Yeah, and I will continue to many times throughout this episode.
Yep.
So the Grey Knight's Apothecary is a Games Workshop Warhammer 40k model from the Grey Knights faction. And for those playing at home without the visual medium, I mean, it's a Space Marine. Yeah. But what's really cool about the Grey Knights is they're different Space Marines. All other Space Marine chapters, you just buy a standard Space Marine model.
Yeah, and you paint them.
Paint it red.
White decals.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But these actually have different armor, more akin to actual medieval knights. Yeah, they've got like the little face
helmet.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me. Yeah.
And what I found cute about these is because I guess, I mean, we played sort of at the end of 7th, start of 8th. Primaris has almost always been a thing for us.
It's been a thing longer than it hasn't been a thing for us, which is actually crazy to think.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah. And so to me, these are cute because they're still that standard scale, but they're quite chunky.
Yeah.
I hadn't actually seen... I'd seen Terminators before and stuff, but I'd never owned one. And so this is like, it's got the Grey Knight medieval armor spin on Terminator chunky armor at a firstborn scale. Yeah. It's just the epitome of cute to me. This model in particular of all the Grey Knights are super cute. I love their little face. It's just the little helmets. Yeah. They got their little like a little neck shield on their armor. Actually, all Space Marines have that. It just looks more...
I think some more pronounced.
I think they're more suited in this. They make sense.
Just to quickly jump in, those that are listening to this on our audio medium, we'll do our best to describe these, how they look, but if you want to get the real deal, jump on YouTube and check out the video.
Yeah. Or you can, if you're playing along... and are you driving your car or whatever?
Get your phone out, start Googling.
Yeah, on the highway, go on 120.
Only if you're the passenger.
Oh, okay, sure.
Or live dangerously. Fancy self-driving cars.
Yeah, if you're in a Tesla, I mean, no reason not to be on the YouTube. I will try and explain it. It's a Space Marine. Done.
Yeah, it's got badges and things stuck to it.
Many things. It's actually insanely detailed. Like Games Workshop has just obviously always been this way. Yeah. Just really pushing the envelope with how much they can slap onto these little walking tin cans.
Absolutely.
And this one, I don't know why why it's my favorite in particular. I think when I built mine, I didn't put on all the extra crap.
No.
So it doesn't have that like shield thing on its shoulder. It was just like nice and clean. Yep. And it's got this like on its arm, it's got this massive needle. Yep. And I just like the juxtaposition of this, what I think is a cute Space Marine, having this giant needle on its arm ready to siphon your organs. Yeah. Because I believe that's
take out the gene seed.
Exactly. Yeah. Which, what is I thought the gene seed was actually a culmination of spare body parts?
As far as I'm not up with the anatomy of a Space Marine.
Sure.
There are great videos on YouTube, which I have watched, and I know they have like 2 hearts or something like that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
the gene, I'm pretty sure the gene seed is like the key to it all, right? So they take that out so they can create another Space Marine.
Yeah. Is it like a sack that has all the spare organs in it? And then they take that?
Don't think so.
Sure, who knows? Let us know in the comments.
Like the code.
The code.
The genetic code.
You figure they could have downloaded that to a USB drive and just handed that out.
USB-C that shit.
Yeah, could have just like gone to Officeworks and got like a stack of sand disks.
They're giving away these days.
Basically.
32 gigabytes for like $10.
There you go, Space Marines. Think about that. Next we see him, he's got like a USB thumb drive instead of a needle on his arm.
Of course.
But yeah, an adorable model. Love his cool sword. He's ready to fight. He's ready to tango, but he's also ready to help and siphon gene seed.
Yeah.
So that is my 5th favorite model. I currently don't own one because I sold all my Grey Knights to test.
You did, even your painted ones.
Oh, not my painted ones.
Yeah.
And he did not make the cut. Only because it was one of the first models when I moved down here that I'd built.
Yeah.
And so it was primed with mold lines and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I could do better. I could do better, surely. So one day I'll reunited with that model and it will be glorious.
Nice.
But that's number 5 for me.
That's number 5.
What do you think? What do you think? What, you like it?
I do like it. Grey Knights have always been something I've been curious about, but never ready to bite the bullet.
You're Grey Knight curious.
I'm very Grey Knight curious.
Yeah, okay.
Grey Knight's like pretty OP, sort of.
I think they have like they're their own little thing, aren't they? Like they're separate to. They're all psychers, is that right?
They're all psychers. Yeah, correct. Yeah. And they are all, all Space Marines are OP. They're trying to make them all sound like the Space Marine race, so that if you collect them, you're like, oh, this is their cool little niche that they do.
Yeah.
I believe Grey Knights are, to the commoner or to anyone that's not a Space Marine, or higher up, they're a whisper.
They're a myth.
They're a myth.
Yeah,
They don't exist, and often they'll show up to help. And then I think maybe they'll kill everyone. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
I think they are super secretive, but they are all psychers, which is really cool. So they operate in brotherhoods, and they've just very kind of got this mystical monk kind of vibe to them. They're very cool. I do love them.
Nice.
Not more than the next model, which I can't remember my order. Oh, yeah.
Ah, nice. Yes, Test of Honor.
So this is an Icky Rebel. Sorry, I'm blocking the name.
Yep.
In the Test of Honor game from Grey for Now Games.
Yes, yep.
So you can see in the background there's a couple of other Ickys, but I specifically like this little rebel peasant.
He's got his hat down.
He does. He's got that cool, mysterious man pose where it's just like...
Yeah, you can just see his like jaw.
Yeah, exactly. Can't see his eyes. What is he? So he's...
What's he armed with? They're not katanas. They're small swords, right?
I think they're two swords. They're 2 little sickles. So these are peasants. These are farmers. These are workers. So they're just your regular Joe Blows working the field that want to stick it to the man, so to speak. Yeah, yeah. In the 15th and 16th century Japan, feudal Japan. So
plenty of men to stick it to back then.
Exactly. Yeah, and he's got 2 sticks to stick 2 of them. It's just a really great sculpt. Like as I painted it, it was just one of the best Test of Honor models I'd ever done.
Yeah. The one on the screen now, is that one that you painted?
No, it's not. No. Okay. Yeah, Thank you for confusing that. But no, that's straight off the website.
Because you painted yours yellow as well, didn't you?
I copied that scheme. Yeah. I tried to. I was testing a technique where I just tried to stipple the entire model.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look like that, but it looked okay. It looks
great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I liked it. One of his sickles has since snapped off, so not ideal, but not
now it's
bad.
A club.
It's a club, exactly. He's got 1 sickle and 1 club to throw at them while he attacks them with the other one.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, so wearing raggedy clothes, and I just kind of like the Icky. A lot of these models are more about what they mean in the faction or what they mean to me on a nostalgia principle or whatever.
Yeah.
Less about the cool models, although this is a dope model. He's got this cool, like, to me, it just looks like this dope little cape he's wearing. Dude's a superhero.
Yeah. He's got something over his shoulders there.
Yeah.
Got a satchel on as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they're dope. They're sort of like they're part of the Buddhist sect, I believe, or a Buddhist sect.
Yep.
And so they're kind of like religious rebels. I mean, the Icky, I believe, would have aligned themselves with non-religious as well, potentially. But But yeah, so they fight against the idea of having governors or daimyos of the land, and But it's a sweet model with heaps of cool details. Pretty cool on the tabletop as well. I mean, pretty normal, but comes in his little group of 3, and they're their own faction. Basically, you can run them as. So
nice,
just a dope little Test of Honor model.
Graveyard Games have some awesome models.
Yeah,
some awesome. I'm actually surprised you picked this one. I expected something samurai.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have picked this if my life depended on it though. I would have lent more towards like the travel. What's it called? The traveling samurai or something like that.
Yeah,
the one that's like. Dressed down, not in armor and all that.
For sure.
Yeah, maybe something like that. That's what I would have had to, if I had to guess.
Yeah. That's what you would have picked for me.
Yeah.
There are some incredible models.
So good. The ones on horseback as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. If you haven't checked out Graveyard Games model line for Test of Honor, check them out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, and he started doing a second game called 0200 Hours, which is fully on the website and everything now with models and everything. It looks sweet. And what I love about this game is you see that model, you don't have to worry about, is that in my faction or whatever.
No.
You can run that model.
Yeah.
In your, you take a collection of miniatures and you make the story work for you, and they all sort of, you just paint their flags the same if you want, and away you go.
If they've got flags.
If they've got flags. This guy doesn't. He's got a hat, so he painted their hats all the same. But he stood apart as, like, the other 2 sculpts there are nice, but they're just not on the same level as this one.
No.
And even painting some of the others, this was just, from a process standpoint, second to none. So I loved the model itself, what it represented, but also how easy it was to hobby it as well.
Nice.
To the point where it's stuck in my memory. So when I thought of this list, it just jumped out. So that's my number 4.
Number 4. What's number 3?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's actually the Zayden
Hello.
I was going to say infiltration troops, but that's not right. I can't even see it on the screen. Intervention troops.
Intervention troops.
That's right. It's the Zayden. Anyways.
What faction? Sorry.
So
Zayden,
this
is that what they're called?
No, that's just the type it is. It's a Hackerslam model from Infinity by Corvus Belli. So, I mean, I love the Hackerslam faction. And so it had to be represented in this list somehow. And I actually went to the faction first because I was like, they've got so many incredible models.
Infinity have so many incredible models.
Exactly.
This is your number 3, right?
This is my number 3.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting.
So there's 2 models that I consider better than this one for many different reasons. But this is by far maybe the coolest one on my mind, just from a cool standpoint. Aesthetically, this is the coolest one on the list.
He's standing there badass with his big machine gun.
Like it's a heavy machine gun.
That's just huge.
It's unnecessary.
It's over the top. It's OTT.
It's OTT. It's
awesome.
And I just like all the Hackerslam models vibes because Hackerslam, so Infinity is set hundreds of years in the future in an alternate reality where Australia is actually good at something. The Pan-Oceania region is one of the main powers. And I would say Hackerslam's sort of a secondary power. They've sort of cemented themselves as a powerhouse because they are the ones that control the trade, import, export, creation of this thing called Silk, which Silk is the key to eternal life. It's the ability to download your personality or something into someone else. Maybe I'm getting that confused, but it's definitely the key to eternal life in the Infinity universe.
That's very interesting. That's called Silk because historically, the Silk Road ran through the Middle East. Yeah,
so it carries so many of those themes through it. I mean, even in the idea, like Hackerslam means New Islam. So it's a collection of this new version of Islam where they're just humanitarians. They care about life, and that's about it. It's made up of a heap of different people, different religions, different professions. It's just like this all-encompassing, all-accepting group, and they go off to their own planet, make their own planet, and they're a powerhouse because of their control over the Silk.
Nice.
But obviously their Middle Eastern desert themes run thick because you get that. It's like modernized that. You know? It's all leathers and cloth, but then it's like the perfect blend of that and sci-fi.
With the bits of tech on him you can sort of just see poking out.
And the helmet is very cool. So this is one of my favorite models because it really does the blend well. Some are just like basically robots. And I'm like, cool, you just look like all the other Infinity robots. Some are so dressed down that you're like, look, you look cool, but you could be in today's age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas this model, there's actually 4 different versions of them, but that's my favorite because of his big ass heavy machine gun.
Nice.
And I've got that one and used him in a game, and he hasn't died yet. So that's good. Played 1 game and he hasn't died yet.
Fair.
So all the Hackerslam I especially love. If you haven't seen the Infinity models, my goodness,
check those out too. There's just factions for days.
Yeah.
And in those factions, it's models with alternate poses.
Yep.
Which just blows my mind. Some of them are limited edition.
Yeah.
They're only around for a while, then the alternate pose changes.
That's it. Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
It is very cool, actually. There was a model that came to my head when I first thought about this list and Hackerslam.
Yep.
And I went to try and find it. And I couldn't.
Yeah.
It's like gone. And so I went to the Googles.
Yeah.
It's called a Janissary, and it's just like, basically it looks like Iron Man with a sword and a gun.
Nice.
And no one had really done, like, taken a good photo of it. Plenty of good paint jobs, but they're all just like bad photos.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'll have a little suss at what else is there. And I remembered, oh yeah, this guy's super dope. So
Yep.
that's my number 3.
That's number 3.
A Zardan intervention troop.
Something or other.
Intervening in things.
Yes.
Sneaky boy.
What's number 2, Churchy?
Yeah, Churchy. The Tyranid Hormagaunts.
Yes.
Warhammer 40k,
Yes.
Games Workshop models.
Yep.
You reminded me, not that I would ever have forgotten about these, but
Yep.
these elicit so many nostalgic responses in me.
You told me as I was building them, you're like, they what got me into 40k.
Exactly. Yeah. And they did.
I thought
And
that was quite sweet.
yeah, it is. Those models alone. Because I'd always seen my mates play 40k. They'd played Necrons and Space Marines, and I think that's basically all I saw. Different versions of Space Marines and Necrons.
Yeah.
And then they're like, hey, do you want to come to a tournament? We're playing in this tournament. It's like they were playing 1 round or something.
Yeah,
Which was interesting. Or maybe I was just going to stay for 1 round. I can't quite remember. It was a long time ago. I was 15. So I don't know, almost 2 decades ago.
Yep.
Yuck. And
You're old, dude.
yeah. And so I saw these models, which maybe back then were still 10-year-old models.
Yeah.
But I saw there was this cool jungle map. So I went over and looked at this jungle map, which back then a jungle map was, you know, those like rolled out green pieces of felt.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Yep.
With like 2 hills on it and then 2 things of trees.
Yeah,
but to me, like that's what it was. But to me, I saw a jungle.
It's like playing PS1 games nowadays, and you go, "This is nothing like I remember." I remember their how beautiful they were, and you're like, "Oh, resolution."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly like if I saw that table now, I'd be like, I'm never playing on this table.
It's like, okay, where's the rest of the terrain?
Yeah, it must be bringing it.
Yeah.
So I saw that, and when I did, I also saw he had 3 groups of 30 Hormagaunts.
Wow.
And I was just like, this is incredible. They looked amazing. I don't remember if the paint job was good, but they were all painted. So 90 gaunts all painted. I was like,
that's a feat there.
Yeah. I was like, Reese, this guy's playing as Zerglings.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, that's the Tyranids. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so I went to the store that day after I left round 1 and bought a box.
Yep.
And that was my first run-in with hobby burnout.
Oh, yeah.
Spent ages building them. Finally got the courage to paint one.
Yeah.
And then I went, wait, that dude had 90.
You've got 12.
And I got 12 and I painted 1 and I'm exhausted. I can't paint 90.
Yeah.
And I think that's as far as I got with my first batch of Nids. But it's funny, every time when I moved up to Queensland and got into it a second time, the first thing I bought was Nids again.
Yep.
And I always go running back to the Hormagaunts because they're Zerglings, so they elicit that. They remind me of StarCraft and all the fun times I had playing StarCraft, but then also Warhammer 40k and seeing that for the first time. And and the amount of Tyranid armies I've bought and sold.
And we'll continue to buy
and we'll I am the hive mind producing biomass.
Yes.
And
in forms of plastic.
In forms of plastic.
They're a very iconic shape and form and you know, like, yes, you know, you look at them and you think Zerglings, and Tyranids, you look and you think, you know, alien and all that kind of stuff, right? But like, as far as they go, they're iconic to Warhammer.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I would say not equally, I would say almost as iconic as the Space Marines, you know? Yeah. It was the aliens versus humans. Yeah. And they're the aliens. They're the good guys right there. They're the ones that, there's no what is it? not vindication. There's no malice in their hearts.
Wow.
There's no judgment.
No.
They're beautiful, innocent little creatures.
Just want to consume.
They're just hungry.
Yeah.
They're just doing their thing. They don't hate you.
Yeah.
They're not against what you stand for.
Oh yeah, no, they'll eat
You're
you
just
no
hungry.
matter what you are.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's symbolic of who we should be as a race. Just eat whoever gets in our way.
Whoever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough about consuming. What
were we talking about? Number one.
Here's number one, dude.
Sorry, if you wanted to talk about consuming, we're still going to talk about consuming. Because number one are the carnivores themselves, the Kroot.
The Kroot. So you found a massive image. Where'd you find that, by the way? Did you make that?
I drew that by hand.
No, I mean, like, did you Photoshop that?
Oh, no, I didn't. No. It does look Photoshopped. I can't remember where I found that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Google Images.
Fair.
If I had to hazard a guess, Games Workshop made it. What's on the screen now is a big banner of Kroot. It's Kroot Hounds.
With
There's
a big Warhammer 40k logo at the bottom, which is surprising.
Yeah.
Did they put their name against Kroot?
Kroot, yeah. Well, they're starting to ramp it up.
True.
You know what? They actually, I believe this is quite recent.
Yep.
And now I'm starting to see why, because I feel like the new Kroot sculpts are coming.
Okay.
So this was their last push to like sell all the old sculpts potentially.
Yeah, clear all the old stock out.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well played. I'm pretty sure that's about when I bought Kroot again. So I love the Kroot. Yeah. And it was tough actually just to pick a model. You know, I could have said Kroot carnivores, but then I was like, well, actually, do I like the Kroot hounds more? And the Kroot dogs are quite cool. So I just had to settle on Kroot. It's a bit of a cop out.
So you're going on the faction as a whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is only what,
so instead of
models?
Kroot, you've basically selected Tau Auxiliaries as your number
No,
one
I've
favorite.
just selected Kroot.
Well, can you though?
Yeah. Okay. I make the rules. If not, sure, Kroot carnivores. But yes, I do love them. Less about the sculpts. In fact, some of them are god awful.
Yeah. What about the new one from Blackstone Fortress? The Tracker. What is his name?
Well,
Drydeck or something?
Yes.
Yep.
Someone Greg.
Greg something?
Yeah, I forget now.
Drydad Greg.
You're trying. That's
Maltese.
More brave than Maltese. The Maltesan hero. He was teasing me for a while.
Yep.
Well, it's funny you say that. I've got another picture of what I would have liked to choose as my favorite models, and that's the new Kroot.
Yep.
Specifically, this little tracker dude here.
He's cool. He's very
but
cool.
all four of those are my new favorites.
I like the one with the pulse rifle there.
Yes. Yeah, very cruel. Very cruel.
Very cruel.
Well, actually, the Shaper has always had the option of having a pulse weapon.
Oh, really?
And for the longest time, you would only ever see them, like the metal ones you used to buy with pulse weapons.
Ah, right, okay.
Pulse rifles.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that's a Shaper.
Yep.
Which would be very cool.
What's the one behind you, Shaaz?
He's got a bow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. What's really cool is this is part of the new kill team that's coming out.
Yes, yep.
And you're not just taking 4 models in a kill team.
No.
Especially with Kroot. So there's another half of a kill team there still to reveal.
Yep.
And I expect it'll have a heavy weapon and some other dope poses. And I actually hope that will then be the new Kroot kit.
Yep.
Similar how you get like, maybe they'll do hounds separately. I don't know. But you know, you do get scarabs and stuff in.
Yeah, you get scarabs with Necrons and Rippers, Swarms with the Gants.
Yeah. So it'd be really cool if this was a group of 10 and then maybe 2 hounds or something.
Yeah.
And maybe also you can buy hounds separately, like drones. You get Tau drones with stuff.
Yeah.
So they're not. It would be very cool if this was the new kit.
Yep.
And then in it, you could choose to build this as a Shaper with his pulse rifle and different head.
Yep.
Or you could just build it as a regular dude. Because if that's the case, new Kroot.
You get around that.
And that's actually, Kroot are probably the only reason I don't have my 90 gaunts, is because every time I choose which what do you call it? Like swarm army am I never going to paint?
Yep.
Is it going to be Kroot or Neds? And these little guys always win out.
Yeah, fair.
So I love Kroot. They're the only truly pragmatic race in the 40k universe. They're just happy on their tiny little backwater world of Peck.
Yes. Yeah.
And yes, they just loan themselves out to other factions, unless you ask the Tau, in which case they only lend their services to Tau.
Indeed.
To suit their own benefits, you know.
That's it. They're looking out for number 1.
That's it.
Yep.
They've got no qualms. They don't care about all that political bullshit that all the Space Marines and all that. They don't care about any of that.
Emperor.
They're just hungry and They're crude.
Like the Tyranids.
Like the Tyranids.
They're just hungry.
I haven't. I like things that eat things. I guess.
Fair.
Who knew?
Everything eats something, but nevertheless.
Yeah, and I like them all.
Can I trouble you for a beverage?
Yes, master.
And well, and I also, please.
Before
beverage.
And then I think we'll get stuck into my 5. What do you reckon?
No, I'm pretty good, dude.
You good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Are you sure?
Might head home.
Oh,
just.
What about you guys listening? No, okay.
They're good too, dude. They've already headed home. Like, well,
Well,
you didn't tell.
pick 5, so
You didn't tell me I was gonna have to listen to Fox for 10 minutes straight. Now they're gone. You didn't pick a whole faction as one of yours.
no, I didn't. I follow the rules.
Yeah, I like that about you. So
Thank you very much, Churchy.
I won't talk about Croup more. Everyone on the podcast already knows
Everyone
how much.
knows.
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yeah.
I think you've done a whole episode on Crude.
Did I? I might have.
Maybe.
I should do a deep dive on Croup. I've got a lot to tell you. There's a lot of
They're all
fascinating
blurring
things.
together nowadays anyway.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Every episode's a Croup episode.
Cheers, dude.
If you're game enough. In the tavern, in the Toasty Tavern.
Indeed.
No, where are we now? We're in the Falcon's Arms Tavern for
We
those.
are in the Falcon's Arms Tavern.
It's we got a fireplace behind us.
Yep.
Tank cards in our hands.
Yes.
And we're talking about sci-fi models.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not all of them.
Yeah, that's true. I did have a feudal Japanese
Yeah.
model.
Speaking of not sci-fi, my number 5.
Okay, dude. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go. Let's see. Hey, what
Rangers
is
of
this?
Shadow Deep.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know they had models.
Yeah, they have quite a few. Now, these come as a pair. My favourite, my number 5 favourite, is the one on the bottom there who's drawing his sword out from under his cloak. He's got his hood on, got a bit of a mask going there. Very Ranger-esque, I find.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rangers, I mean, those that play D&D are familiar, but they're ones that sort of live out on the outskirts of town, very familiar with the woods and the environment.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep. Like the
hunting
crew.
and gathering and foraging. Yeah, Rangers are very cool, like the crew.
Crew are familiar with the forest. Crew have swords.
Live on the edges of society and riots and
It reminds me of a mix of like Aragorn meets Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, well, that's what Rangers are. Aragorn is the
A ranger.
epitome of a ranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're all inspired from that. Now, the models aren't I'm not saying they're not awesome. They are cool.
They're fine.
They're not great, but
They're okay.
yeah. They've got the thing is this game is already so small, has its own range of models, is pretty sick.
Yeah, that is dope.
So yeah.
Respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
They got a bunch too, like not just they've got quite a few different packs of rangers, but they've also got heaps of enemies as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Would you say that this is in your top 5 more for the coolness of the game and what that miniature is in the game over the actual sculpt of it?
I'd say 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah. I just love that sculpt. I think if it wasn't wearing a mask, be like awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like that's taken away a lot from it. Like the hood is sick, the way he's drawing his sword, the way the cloak is sort of wafting out.
Yeah.
You know, it's all so awesome, but his face is hidden.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
the
Yeah.
mask does give it a slightly more assassin-y vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But Rangers, I suppose they could be assassins, but they're not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Who are you hiding from, Jeremy? Spill.
His name's not Jeremy.
Spill the beans. You don't know.
Steve.
He's a secret. Steve the secret assassin.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's my
very
number
cool.
5.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Number 4, again, they're not the best models, but it's the Ned Kelly gang from Dead Man's Hand.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
a Western game.
Interesting.
With an Australian expansion. So you can get the Kelly gang or you can get the Lawmen.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, or the State Police, they might be called.
Why does? Oh no, it's just it's just the way the photo's taken.
The resolution's quite terrible.
I was like, why is the person in the middle so small?
Yeah. What's it? It's 28mm scale.
Yeah. It just looked
Yeah.
like the person itself is like 5 foot max, but it's because they're next to that other person who like looks like they're taller,
Yeah.
so they look like they're up here.
I mean, I don't know how tall Ned Kelly actually was.
Apparently 5'11" and a half.
5'11".
I mean, sorry, 4'11" and a half is what I meant.
Yeah.
Is that Ned Kelly in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Wearing a lab coat?
So you just shit on everything.
Not Groot. You know who else
So-
shits on everything? Groot.
Groot, of course.
It's the chickens.
Yeah. So again, another game that's very, very small, but has an awesome range of miniatures, and I just find it awesome that they have an Australian expansion. Like
That's really cool.
Australia kind of got left out in the old Wild West It was around the same sort of time. Our country was still developing, but it wasn't as hectic as it was over there. And
Our West wasn't as wild.
West, no, because our West is just death.
Yeah, and that's not wild. That's just boring. That's just death.
And then you get even more West, and it's nice again.
We had like a mildly entertaining Southeast, but that's just not as catchy as the Wild West.
That's right. Yeah.
So it is good that we got included.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Are you gonna get that? What's that game? What's the game
Dead
called?
Man's Hand.
Dead Man's Hand.
MJ is all over it. She's got heaps of stuff for it.
It felt familiar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
A lot of her pre-painted terrain that she's got is from for Dead Man's Hand.
MJ, when you hear this, can you at me and then spam a bunch of this stuff?
It's already in the Discord.
I know, I probably missed it, but hit me again. Hit me again with it. I'll catch it on the second time.
Of course.
On the drive-through.
Yeah, so just cool. Again, not like the best models, but they just have that cool factor that like you get from these sort of small ranges, you know? You don't need a 400 different models, just a handful. Cool little character-filled ones.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's it. Some of these models, although they feel like they're in our top 5 for like the character of the model.
Yeah.
You
it's
know,
not, like we're not grading these on like quality or anything like that. Like otherwise, unfortunately, our list would be just full of GW models.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
If we went by purely how good they are aesthetically.
Yeah.
And we've done our best to not have too many GW models in our list because you could easily do that. You could easily fill it up tenfold.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't try it all, and I just realized I had 3 because they're all cool. Yeah. And there are some really dope miniatures like this one, like the Icky and stuff that have a lot of character, are cool sculpts, but you know, once you hold it up to like the gold standard, they wouldn't get a second look.
Nah,
they're not going to turn your head based on how incredible they are, but I know.
But maybe they're a niche. Maybe they're just that little bit quirky or something like that.
That's kind of cool, like being, like you said, like a really tiny game that has their own miniatures, like Test of Honor started out, you know. It started out as a game where he had no miniatures. It was like, hey, go find
other companies' miniatures.
And then slowly through that, built the success enough to get his own range, which catapulted him to a second game. So these miniatures have like history, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But you got 3 better than this.
I do.
Amazing. That's how the lists work, I guess.
Number 3, which is also Infinity.
Yeah, there you go.
Trend there. Cassandra Kusanagi, also known as Tamsin from our 5 Kazakh from Home.
I was like, no, this chick has blue hair.
Yeah. Has got pink hair. This is a different phase. Just a sweet model. This is like one model that out of all the Infinity models, I was like, I have to get it. I don't care. I don't play Infinity.
Yeah.
She's from the Nomads faction, but I was just like, I want to paint it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to paint her. Like, it's just a sweet pose. Like, it's so, like, dynamic, you know? Like, she's that's mid-action right there.
Yeah.
You know, she's looking down that scope of that rifle. You can't quite see, I'm sort of in the way, but, like, you know, her what do you call it? Cloak, I guess. Is, like, flicking up.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like oh, sorry, I'm just, like, destroying this table. You don't get, like, you get a few poses that you can see that their legs are up and they're running.
Yep.
But they don't, and they're shooting, but they don't look like they're running.
Yeah.
She looks like she's in full sprint.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting down the barrel of the gun.
Yeah.
Eye pointing down the scope. Clothes flicking up everywhere. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's the clothes. And just slight lean on her.
It might be. She's got that one knee up and all that. Like it really does look like it's in motion.
She's just a
like
killer.
a snapshot.
She's getting it done right now.
Yeah.
So many cool like details and stuff on her cape.
Oh yeah, painting that was so much fun. That's not one I painted, by the way, but like when I painted my version of it, picking out all I did a similar scheme, red and white, and it was just so much fun watching it all come together. Bloody awesome models.
Yeah, that looks it's sweet.
The alternate pose of her isn't as great. Like she's kind of like jumping and she's got like a knife in one hand and the rifle in the other.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool, but it's not as cool as that one.
Now you have to get that second Tamsin sculpt to change your load up in 5 parsecs.
Yes, I will. Just again, like you said earlier, the Infinity models, there's so many of them that are just amazing sculpts.
They're incredible.
And so dynamic and generic in a way that's good. Like
you don't,
it's like you're not pigeonholed in that one game system where like you look at that model and you're like, I can't see anything but infinity.
Yeah.
I looked at that and I was like, parsecs. That's
Yeah,
my
absolutely.
captain for parsecs, because everything's good for.
Everything's good for parsecs.
Yep.
Absolutely. Speaking of pigeonholes, you pigeonholed yourself right in there.
Yep.
Yeah, they are dope models. And the characters like that, the named characters are so awesome.
Yeah.
There are a few. Infinity is such a like a sliding scale. There are some incredible models, and there's some absolutely goofy little ones as well.
Yeah.
I love finding the goofy ones because they just really pop out against ones that are this cool.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's
other
such the opposite end of the scale, right? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And they share the same space, which is great. Like, you'll be scrolling through and be like, oh, that's amazing. What the heck is that? What's that, like Buffalo Bill or something?
Yeah,
and then you keep scrolling. But yeah, she's a sweet model.
Yep.
And she's a little bit more grounded. A lot of the nomads are that sort of high sci-fi, robotic.
Very high tech.
High tech.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And so she's a little bit more gritty, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Still very sci-fi-esque to her, but not too much.
Yeah, that's it. You could put her in almost any universe that takes part 50 years from now. You know, which is really cool, especially like parsecs.
Exactly.
For example. Very cool, man.
That's number 3.
Number 3.
Yep. Number 2, we have the Knight
Interesting.
Crusader.
Yeah, okay.
GW model. So one of many variants of the Knights.
Wow.
I just love that it is just armed to the teeth. Like it's got, on one side it's got like a battle cannon, same from like a Lehman Russ. Yeah. And the other side, I can't remember because my microphone's in the way. Oh yeah, it's like a big Gatling cannon. Yeah, yeah. And then of course the anti-air guns on his back.
Yeah, just in case someone goes for a flyby.
Yeah, yeah. But he's got like stubber and he's got it's just such a sweet model. It's massive, you know. Physically, it's like a foot tall, and so many parts. And I've half built mine, prepping it for painting. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. What of all the Knights made you choose this one? First of all, it's Chaos.
It's not Chaos.
Oh, sorry, it's not Chaos.
No,
it's red, so I just went, yeah, Chaos. Okay, speak to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
What made you pick the Knight Crusader of all the other types?
I feel like the Knights with the giant chainswords are a little bit goofy.
Can't you just build this one with a chainsword?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I didn't just say Imperial Knights.
Ah, right.
I'm just going to pick a whole faction.
You like this specific
I like this
model.
specific one.
It's very cool.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, like, there's things like the old banner hanging down between the legs. Like, I wouldn't have that. Like, I think that's a bit overdone. Dragging on the ground, you know.
I know. When you're a big boy like that,
you're trying
a foot high. What do you mean? Would you take that shield off? I've always disliked that shield. I don't know why.
No, I like it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like it. It's very knightly, you know, very regal, I think.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
Like, you look at the new Blade Guard veterans, they've got the same kind of shield in that little spot there.
Yeah.
I think it's just a thing for the armor.
They're sweet models, Blade Guard veteran. Did they make my list?
Nope.
No. Honorable mention.
Groot did.
Yeah. And the Void Dragon was also another honorable mention. But anyways, that's a sweet knight. I do like the cannon on the back. Actually, don't think I've noticed. Do all knights have a gun on the back?
No, not all knights.
Yeah,
no.
okay, cool.
I don't believe so. It's an optional extra.
It helps break up that. I always don't like seeing them on the table.
The dome shape.
The dome. Yeah.
That's where I think Chaos
domes.
Knights come in good, because they've got like good spikes.
Yeah.
Come in good.
They come in good. Gooder. Yeah, especially the new ones, man. Far out.
Yeah, they're
some silly knights. I almost bought those.
Yep. Yes. But yeah, no, I just love that. Like, there's different mask options, different face options. You can paint them however you like. There's different there's not chapter houses.
Yeah.
Call them houses.
Yeah. So it's like royalty, isn't it? Like, to have a knight, you need to be like the upper class. And like nobility.
To be a pilot of a knight, you basically are like bonded to this machine.
Yeah.
Like, it's
cool.
full on. Yeah.
Do you marry the machine?
Yeah, you do spiritually.
Spiritually
like
marry
soul
it.
marriage.
Wow,
Yeah.
It's weird. Makes sense, but it's weird. I mean, in the context of 40k, it's not that weird.
No, it's quite average, actually.
Yeah. Did you know Kroot like reproduce by giving each other back rubs? So that's a fun fact. It's real. It's real. It's a real thing.
Many wives would be happy that these days if that was a thing.
Yeah. True. Yeah. Yep. What were we talking about? Oh yes,
not
nuts. Nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what's really cool? Have you ever turned your neck the way of
you turn your neck and you go, oh, and then you're out for like 2 days.
And then you need a recruit to give you a neck rub? No. Have you ever turned your neck towards the what's the little night game?
Oh, Titanicus?
Yeah, that's the one.
Nah.
It's just this, but like with knights.
I know. It would be cool.
I think when you shoot each other, I believe like you take systems down and stuff.
Yeah, there's like, yeah. It's very cool. Like weapons can go offline.
Yeah.
Like different kinds of damage.
It's like Mech Warrior. That's what they want.
Battletech, yeah.
It's Battletech, yeah.
There's so much like of that game which is cool, but like I couldn't get into it because it's like it's Warhammer but a different scale.
For sure.
Like I've got Warhammer, I don't need Warhammer with extra steps.
I already don't play normal scale Warhammer.
Exactly. Yeah. So
and there's no rules for it in OPR, so one-page rules. Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. Very cool. That's dope, dude.
Number 2.
A curveball to me.
Is it really? I wonder if you've expected number 1.
Oh, should I guess? Oh, I don't know if I could on such short.
Just throw caution to the wind.
Oh man, I couldn't. Does it mean
say
something?
Crude, I will actually.
Let's play a game. Is it from Warhammer?
Yes,
of course. I couldn't guess. I almost feel like it's going to be a Necron just because of what it means to you. Maybe a flayed one. I don't know.
Lock it in.
I'll lock in Necron. I'll definitely lock in Necron. It's going to be a Necron, 100%. Oh,
Churchy, number 1.
Gonna be a Gene Steel Cult. Yeah.
The Kellamorph.
I almost got there. I got there too late.
The quickest draw in the Galactic West.
That's it.
Yep.
The old Ned Kelly right there.
With the extra arm.
He's even an assassin. He's an assassin.
He's an assassin. Yeah.
Dope model. Good one.
It's such a sweet model. Like when they first came out, the Gene Steel Cults, this model was like, I eventually want to collect those. Yeah. The only thing I'm not a really big fan of is the head. I mean, all Gene Steel Cults are bald, but
yeah, I know what you mean.
I've seen STLs for like little hats for him, like cowboy hats.
Yes.
So
he's got a bit of a Cad Bane vibe to him. I don't know why.
Yeah. I think it's just that that
dual
quick
wielding.
Draw,
yeah.
The way he's got the pistol on his hip there. It's very Cad Bane's very Western as far as Star Wars assassins go.
For sure. Yeah.
Pistol hang on his hip and all that. So this guy is exactly the same.
Yeah, it's such a sweet, and it's nice. It's refreshing for the 40k universe.
Yeah,
it doesn't really have that.
It's not super grimdark. Kind of is, but it's not like there's no skulls and extra shit that they don't need on there. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that's it. It's not overdone as well. It's nice. The pistols are great too.
Yeah,
like they're not. Again, they're not over sci-fi. They're not all boxed up like a. Yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah, they look like revolvers.
They do. Yeah. Yeah, they look more like almost like an AdMech style gun.
Yeah.
I do like the closest Western vibe they have apart from this is like the what do you call it? I don't know what they're called, sorry, but they're like the Adeptus Mechanicus dudes riding the metal horses.
Oh yeah.
They're basically cowboys.
They're a fairly new kit.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very sweet. Yeah. This is a dope model. Have You've got one.
I've got one. It's half painted. Half assembled. Yeah.
I felt like you had begun work on this.
Yeah.
This would be great for Parsecs.
It would be terrible for Parsecs.
An alien as a crew member?
Alien cowboy?
As a crew member.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
Yeah, okay.
It'd be dope. It's happening. It's happening.
You're stretching it there.
I'm twisting it.
You're pushing the friendship.
You're twisting all 3 of my arms. Where's his 4th arm, by the way?
He doesn't have one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Interesting.
Kind of ripped off. I feel like...
What, his arm got ripped off?
No. Like, you're getting ripped off with only having 3 arms.
Yeah, well...
Like, 2 arms is... Yeah, it's good. You can wear jackets.
Yep.
3 arms is kind of an inconvenience. I think 4 arms, you can wear 2 jackets.
2 anything.
Yep.
Yeah, you can give someone a hug and then just
you can hug 2 people at once.
You can hug 2... This, you can't.
No.
You can hug one person and give one person a handshake. It's not all there.
It's like, no, son. You can hug someone and play Game Boy.
Yeah. With four arms.
Yeah.
With one, what are you going to do? Point to the Game Boy. I really wish I was playing that instead of hugging this person.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that. It suggests that this lost his arm in combat because they've got 4 arms.
They don't.
What do you mean?
Hybrids don't have 4 arms.
Ah, of course. They don't.
They all have 3 arms.
I'm tripping.
Pure strains have 4 arms.
Yeah. And the 4-armed Emperor probably has 4 or 5 arms.
Because he's
It's Gene Stealer. It's pretty strange.
He's
He's
a broodlord.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yep.
My brain imploded there.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Smell it.
You can smell it. It smells like
burning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my number one. There's so many models that we could have picked from. I wanted to go a little bit left field.
Sure.
Things that came to my mind sort of immediately. Didn't have to think about it too much.
Yeah.
If I sat there, if I was thinking of like one factory, I wanted to spread the love too, right? I wanted to pick a few different companies.
Sure.
So I was like, first thing that comes to mind when I think of Infinity.
Yeah.
Is, Cassandra Kusanagi, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So boom, lock her in.
Yeah.
And then it was a matter of just picking the rest around that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the process. Going like companies first and then going my favorite mini from that company.
Yeah.
And then ranking it against the others. That's cool.
Because like I said, I could pick 15 of my favorite models from Games Workshop if I was to spread it across all the different box sets, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Which is so easy to do because there's so many beautiful models.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to just do that.
Sure.
So
yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I just went if my house burnt down and I lost all my stuff.
The first thing you're going to buy again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I went, I want my Grey Knights because they were so easy to paint.
Yeah.
And they were the first time I'd airbrushed and blended like the little swords and stuff.
Oh man, those power weapons were amazing too.
And that was my little $20 Chinese airbrush.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. That's when I was like, wow, I can do this.
Yep.
And so Grey Knights always have that in my head. And then the Apothecary is my favorite one from that.
Yeah.
And then I figured all the others. But yeah, and then Test of Honor, the Icky.
Yeah.
And then Kroot and Tyranids, and the story writes itself. And then
absolutely
Infinity.
Yeah.
So I'll have to paint up my intervention troop soon, and so that we can throw it in the 5 parsecs group.
Yeah.
Because
we
may need replacements. Yeah.
You guys
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Oh wait, this will already be out. Yeah.
You've probably already seen it.
Yeah.
We got messed up.
Yeah. No spoilers if you're up to date, but if you're not up to date, but the latest episode of Parsecs, rough.
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
We said some goodbyes.
Yeah, we said multiple goodbyes.
Yep. So
spoil was not.
Make sure you check out our 5 parsecs from home campaign on YouTube.
Yeah. And please let us know which of our models that we chose that you also like, which ones you thought were garbage, but also your top 5.
Yeah.
In the YouTube comments, 1 through 5, or in the Discord, wherever.
You put it, let us know.
We want to know your favorites.
What your favorites are.
And why.
Yeah.
Is it just pure coolness? Do they mean something to you? All that stuff.
So pointing at something, I don't know.
The camera, because I haven't looked at it all episode.
Okay, yeah.
Fox has a nasty habit these days of just looking at the screen.
Hello, screen. You're us.
Yes.
You're our pictures. Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, of course. Massive shout out to all our patrons. A couple of new homies joining the Patreon crew.
Yeah.
Who we got?
We got RJ Hill.
Yep.
Thank you, RJ, for jumping on the Patreon train.
Yeah. Don jumped on as well. Woo-hoo. Who's got the most fun name to say. Sorry, Wizardy Fingers. You've now lost that title.
Yes. It was Whack the Ewok, Wizardy Fingers, and now Don Juan Don.
Don Juan Don.
And we've also got The Signet, which is, thank you so much.
Yep.
All of you, your support, incredible. Thank you for jumping on our very small train that is fueled by your coins. Your doubloons.
Patreon coins.
Yes, your money. Thank you.
As always, massive shout out to Burnsy, Whack, Final Dinosaur, MJ, Lethal, Moose, Penny, Gridlock, and Battle Maps Jack.
We got Elko, Churchy, thanks Churchy, Rad Rooster, Oliver, Hockers, Aggro, Bravo 14, and Big Roach. Thank you all for your continued support. We also have a merch store, a website with all the links, a Discord, all that crazy stuff.
Yep.
2 monthly giveaways. That's 2 every month.
It's big.
Patrons, 1 for the patrons and 1 for everyone.
Yep.
Patrons get extra entries to all of those. So if you like free stuff, tune into our live episodes.
Yes, which is in 2 days' time from this coming out. If you're listening to this on Sunday, it's 2 days away. It's 2 days away, dude.
Now both our brains have melted, so we will tune out. Peace.
Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing